this is the training for MATLAB simulation, and especially to solve ODE in Simulink. So in this training, I will give you a general introduction of MATLAB, and then I use one example to show you how to use Simulink to solve ODE model and to do and get a simulation result. And at the same time, I will show you how to plot the output profiles in MATLAB. And you may ask me, why MATLAB? Why you need to run MATLAB? MATLAB is a very powerful technical computational software, and the very good thing for MATLAB is that MATLAB has very powerful function library. So for example, we could use the MATLAB to solve most of the engineering problems, because there's people have already developed the function and for different engineering problems. For example, for the PID controller design, and there are some functions you just type in the command window, and then several seconds, just spend several seconds, and then you will get the PID controller. And another good thing for MATLAB is there's a no strict format requirement. So it will save us a lot of time. So it will make the programming much faster and easier than the programming and languages such as C and C++ or Fortran. So that's why we need to use MATLAB, right? So you need to know especially and the functions that are available in MATLAB, and then we save you a lot of time, very short of engineering problem. So here's general introduction of MATLAB. So to start MATLAB, and so here my system is Windows 8. So I have an icon on the desktop, and then I could double click, and then I have MATLAB on open. So I want to show you here and the Windows on MATLAB desktop. So MATLAB is coming out, and so my version here is 2014A. Okay. So the MATLAB window include here. So here is the working directory. So this is the working directory, and so this is the working path, and this the detail of the documents in this working directory. So tip is you should put your programs. So you put your programs here. Your programs. Okay, and in your working directory, and before you run the program in MATLAB. If you save your program in other folder instead of the current working folder, and the MATLAB cannot find your program, and then it cannot run the program. So make sure that you set the working directories to the folder where you save the documents, right? So this is the folder. So this is the first job you need to do, and when you develop your own model, your own program. So remember which folder you're going to save your programs, and then you could get your programs easier, right? Otherwise you can't find it. You can find a program later. So in addition to the current folder window, and there's a command window. So this is the command window, right? So you're going to run the simulation and type the function, and you just need to type the name of the programs and function in the command window, and to run the simulation. And this one is the workspace. Workspace typically show the data in your current command window. So for example, here I have two variables here, t and y, right? And then the value of the variables are also shown here. So this is the desktop of MATLAB. So you can see this is what the MATLAB show in the in my computer, right? I don't change my working directory now. I will change it later. So I want to, before I show you how to use MATLAB to solve OD, I want to give you some introduction of MATLAB. And so firstly, I want to show you and how to use help function. As the best teacher for you to learn MATLAB is using help function. So you just need to type help and the name of the function. So this is the name of the function. SYZ is the name of function, and to learn to know more about how to use that function. So for example, here's one example. You want to get the root of this equation, right? So so you could just use Google, right? Just type root and try MATLAB. Also equation, right? And then you know that this is the function, and in MATLAB you could use to solve the equation. So you just type help. So this is the way for you to identify which function in MATLAB can help you to solve the problem. There's so many functions, right? The MATLAB is very powerful. So now I want to show you. So you just type help root, and then so I show you here, and then you could get a detail of how to use. So help root, right? And then you will get see the very detail on how to use the function root. Okay. So anyway, so based on the information show and from the help function, we could now we could, to use the root function, we need to represent the polynomial equation and in this format, right? So now here is in this example n equal to 2, right? So therefore, and this is n equal to 2, so C1 should be equal to 1, right? This term n equal to 2, so this is S1, so the coefficient here is equal to 2, right? And the last one here is C3, right? N equal to 2. So this the first one, the S1 already, and we already have S1 here, right? So series 3 and equal to 1, right? So therefore we could represent the equation using this vector, right? So so 1 C1 is 1 C, this C1, and this C2, and this 3. So 1 2 3, right? So this is the way for us to represent the equation, and then you just input this this vector, right? Here you can see there's a some column here. Okay, this sum column. If you don't want to show the result in the command line, you just put the semicolon. If you don't have the semicolon here, and then you show the vector 6 here, right? So first of all, I type input the 6 here. So 6. Let's see. 6 equal to 1 2 1. Right, I don't have the semicolon, so I show the vector here. If I add semicolon, then nothing shown here, right? Okay, so after we represent the equation using the vector 6, and then we could just use, based on the information from the help function and on the root, and then we could just type root 6 and to solve the problem. See, So we get two roots here, right? -1, -1, right? So please do some do some exercise and just try to understand how to use these functions. Just use help, right? Type help and the function's name, and you should know how to use the function. MATLAB can do a lot of jobs, and for example, MATLAB can solve algebra operation and can use the flow loop and for the repeating operation, and could also do the logic operation and create your own. So you could create your own function, and also can do the searching and sorting and save the data in a .mat document, and also can and provide friendly user interface. And I think the most important thing here is MATLAB have a very powerful function library. So if you are interested in MATLAB, I have additional reading and material on this, and I also have the programs and for you if you want to know more about this. But in this training, we mainly focus on how to use Simulink to solve the ODE